Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It is time for Midweek Manna. Again, I am so delighted to be able to share with you all on this another Wednesday for Midweek Manna. Again, if you have not subscribed to follow us at jgministries.net, please subscribe. Again, we got some giveaways coming up in the fall, and we don't want you to miss out on some good gifts that we will be giving out in the fall. Also, if you know someone who serves in diaconate ministry, we have an upcoming workshop coming up. You can find that on the website and register, share it with someone. Our ministry aims to be a blessing, not just to individuals, but to the body of Christ at large. And so feel free to share those resources. In John's Gospel, the 21st chapter, around the 6th verse, Jesus tells the disciples to go throw their nets on the right side of the boat. Disciples, after Jesus' resurrection, had found themselves in a place where they were struggling with the resurrection. Jesus had already warned them in his teaching that he was coming back. But just because you share something with someone doesn't mean they're going to believe it. And so Jesus appears again to the disciples, and the disciples decide that they're going to go fishing, not because Jesus instructed them to go, but because they chose to go. Sometimes one of the reasons why we find ourselves in empty places is because we're moving on our own will and our own accord and not according to God's will. The disciples go out and they go fishing and they catch nothing. They come back with empty nets. Jesus is waiting on shore and they don't even recognize him because they're so disappointed in the fact that they caught nothing. Skilled fishermen unable to catch anything. Because when you are moving on your own accord, even what you're good at can come up empty. Jesus tells the disciples, go back out and cast your nets on the right side of the boat. Jesus wasn't saying that there was a distinction between the left side of the boat and the right side of the boat, or that they were casting their nets on the wrong side of the boat, but rather it was because Jesus told them to go. What places have you gone to because you wanted to go, thinking that you would be able to handle it, thinking that you knew how to manage it, but you were unable to manage it? It came up empty. Your net came up with nothing in it because you went on your own accord and not according to God's accord. I encourage you in this season, make sure that when you move, you're moving because God says move. That you are doing what God has instructed you to do and God is leading you to do. So that when you get to the place where you're supposed to be, you'll have a testimony like the disciples when they went after God's instruction, that they caught so much fish that their nets almost broke. Where are you at in this time of your life? Are you moving on your own accord, or are you moving to God's accord? Are you creating your own will in your own way, or are you trusting God's will and way and purpose for your life? I encourage you that whenever you move on your own, you're going to always come up empty. But when you move when God says move, there's always going to be a great catch. You will move according to God's will when you get tired of catching nothing. Continue to be blessed is my fervent prayer for each and every one of you.